Good deeds never fade away. Good deeds never fade away. David Yu.
Red Nick has a bad limb. He walks into the bar and sees four robbers sitting there at the end of the bar. He said, "Hey, bartender, one to me and one for Robert." All Robert drinks up his beer. He gets up to go and walks over Red Nick and just about to touch his bad limb. Red Nick jumps up and yells, "Don't heal me, I'm strong disability." Contest chair, my dear Toastmasters, have you ever been in the same embarrassing scenario in which you try to show your concern only to find that you receive nothing but cold shoulder, just like old Roberts? If your answer is yes, the next question is, will that stop you from doing good deeds again? Let me beg you, please. Please don't let it happen. Just keep up the good work, because good deeds never fade away. Just about 28 years ago, shortly after I was discharged from my military office from the army, I noticed one thing about my second elder brother. He was no more seeing the lady he met through a matchmaker. And they went out only one time on a date with the matchmaker. So I asked him why. He said, "I'm too busy." And then I asked him again, "Do you still like the lady?" And the answer was positive. So I told my brother I'd like to offer him my helping hand by paying a visit to this lady in person, face to face. Hoo-ha! I have to explain, my brother and I are totally different person. He's very shy, quiet, and conservative. And worst of all, he's got email phobia. Ooh. As you can imagine how shocked he was upon hearing my spooky and crazy idea. After looking up the yellow book, I found this lady's address. I set out to her home, and I knocked 3 times at the door. And out came a lady answering the door. As I explained my purpose of visiting, she was almost as shocked as my brother. I came home with a very encouraging message that I could hardly wait to tell my brother. At first, however, my brother didn't dare to make the phone call, no matter how hard I tried to convince him to. And I was just like ants on a hot pan. After lengthy hesitation, thank goodness he finally made it, and which I believe is one of the most crucial calls he has ever made in his life. Later on, they got married just like the fairy tale goes. The princess and the Prince Charming lived happily ever after. Within 1.5 years, their first baby girl was born. So my brother and my sister-in-law moved to my parents' home for 1 month of so-called postnatal care. And then something happened. One day, my sister-in-law called me and gave me a phone number she requested from a lady whom she thought I might be interested in. Hoo-ha! She was absolutely correct. I was so excited about this mystery lady. Unlike my brother, I made the phone call right away without a second thought. And this mystery lady and I made our first date right on that weekend. A blind date. Hoo-ha! It was a beautiful, cool, and cloudy day late in November. I still remember. I drove a mini Honda Civic that I borrowed from my brother, and I arrived at my destination right 15 minutes ahead of time, just as a gentleman is supposed to do. And I stood right across from where she worked with a bouquet of red roses in one hand and a newspaper in another as my ID. After a while, from behind the door, out came a lady with a light gray middle-length dress and a brown hair with a red ribbon around it. Oh, my holy Lord, she's got to be the lady I'm blind dating with. I prayed with my eyes half closed because I didn't dare to lose sight of her. And then she raised a little bit the rim of her hair and browsed from right to left across the street. When my eyes contacted with hers, oh, how I wish I had had a camera so I could capture this unforgettable, sensational moment. She then walked across the street towards me, wearing a light yellow smile on her face. I didn't actually know how exactly she thought about me at that moment, but my heart was already captured by this marvelous lady. 1 year later, I took this lady, Rachel, as my wife. Too bad for the gentleman who knew her even before me. Sorry, buddy, I really am. A few weeks ago, I heard a story from the radio while I was driving. It was a Mandarin speech contest only for foreign students in Taiwan. This lady told her own story in not so fluent Mandarin, but with a very strong African accent. She said, "In my country, if you leave your bag on a bus, that means you're going to lose it forever, just like rivers of no return. However, as I practically did the same thing in Taipei as I just got here, I got it back, for heaven's sake, because I got a phone call from a gentleman." Wow, this lady felt wholeheartedly grateful for this bus driver and also for our society for such a high level of morality. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, now all kinds of good deeds get positive feedback, just like my personal romantic story. Instead, we just get answered through different aspects. So, the next time when there's a chance for you, ladies and gentlemen, to practice good deeds, please, never hesitate. Just do it. Because doing good deeds is contagious. And most of all, that's how we build our decent and honorable society. Once again, just remember, a general once said, "Old soldiers never die, they just fade away." And yet, a Toastmaster from District 67 once said, "Good deeds never fade away. They just tend to be answered in different ways." Context check.
1 minute silence.